Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I was only able to do 2 drawers the last time that I was doing my declutter. So today is a brand new day and hopefully I can tackle the rest of this entire makeup section. So we did eyeshadows and we also did eye toppers. So we still have left brushes, concealers, foundations, blushes, bronzer, all that good stuff. So if you would like to see me continue to declutter, I don't know how much we'll get in this video. If anything, we'll just do a part 2. Well then, just keep on watching. Okay, so this is the drawer that we did last time. If you would like to see that declutter process, then just watch the video that should either already be out or will be coming out soon. This is pretty much my eye topper drawer, and I really we got organized. Like, all of the Colourpop stuff are here. All of my glitters are here, all of my liquid glitters are here, and pretty much singles and then palettes. So that's pretty much what I want to do with every drawer. I really want everything to be organized so that I know what I have, where I have it, and that way it's just a lot easier to use. So these are the other drawers that we have to tackle today. So I still don't know what order I want, where I want things. I kind of want to put them in the order of how I do my makeup. So I would you know, maybe my brushes and stuff to go in this. Hold on, let me show this. There's one more drawer here. To go in this top drawer where I have kind of my sponges and brushes. So this needs to be decluttered ASAP because I feel like I have way too many brushes and I want to just stick to what I typically use. That way it's also a lot easier to wash my brushes and it's not so bad of a chore because I have so much. Here we have pretty much my eyebrow stuff, mascara, eyeliners, powders. Oh my goodness, I have perfumes in here and I didn't even know about that. So I really want to tackle all of these things. This is also full of bronzers, blushes, and highlights, which I need to go through. We have the lipsticks. So I also have the lipstick drawer that I had decluttered previously, and then I found all of this in my everyday vanity. So this is pretty much colors that I already use. I'll look through it just to make sure that there's nothing in here that I won't use, but for the most part, these are colors that I use. So I want to kind of separate where my liners are and glosses and then everything else, just so that it's super easy for me to find. And then last but not least, we have more bronzer and face palettes. So I'm gonna see, let's see what I can get started with, because I want to do, I think I can definitely still do bronzer, blush, and highlight in one. Let's say we do blush, bronzer in this one, and then we can keep this one to be lips. We can empty this one out and then we can put maybe primers and stuff like that here. Okay, let's just get started with one. I'm gonna end up just taking all of this stuff out, and this is gonna be my bronzer, blusher, my bronzer, blush, and highlight palette. Oh, what am I saying? So this will be my bronzer, blush, and highlight drawer. So I'm just gonna take everything out so that then I can pretty much know what I want to keep. Or actually, you know what, let me just go through what I'm gonna keep. I've had this Juvia's Place palette and I haven't used it, but I think I haven't used it because I haven't seen it. It's always been pretty hidden, so I think I want to keep that one. I have this Tarte palette, which is so pretty. I love this one for travel, so I'll definitely keep that. We have this contour, Anastasia contour. I have 2. I have this cream one and I have the powder one. I think, which one do I want to keep? Honestly, I think I'll get rid of this one because it's pretty old. And this one, I don't know. We'll put this in the maybe pile because I haven't really used that much. I have this Nars blush palette, which I bought. I think it was for a holiday edition, which has such beautiful colors. So I will definitely be keeping that. I have this Morphe blush palette that is so old, but it has so many pretty colors that I'm just I can't get rid of this. This is so beautiful, and they don't sell this anymore, so that is a bummer. I have another Nars holiday palette, which I've had for years, but I love it. So I'm definitely not getting rid of that. So I'm kind of just going to be separating sort of like the blushes here just so I can know where everything is. Then I have more of like my bronzing items. I have this Tarte Princess palette, which is pretty. This one is pretty, but I honestly literally only use this color called Angle. So I'm like, I don't know if this is worth keeping. We shall see, but it has some pretty good brown, so we'll just keep it here for now. I have this Milani blush palette, which is really pretty, but I think I'm gonna get rid of it because I have a lot of other blushes and I'm trying to be like as cutthroat as possible. If I don't use you, you need to leave ASAP. I have this Hourglass holiday bundle, which I love as well. Definitely keeping that. These are so good for travel. This highlight is insane. And this is actually a deep enough contour, which is amazing. So we'll keep that. I have my Anastasia and then Breezy palette, highlighting palette, which I'll definitely be keeping. I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. This is the Hyper Real Glow MAC face palette with highlight. And I don't know, it just, for some reason, I thought like it would be so much better than what it is. And it's just not what I thought it was. So that will be exiting. I have this Dior highlighting palette, which is so pretty. I was obsessed with this color for such a long time. So I'll definitely be keeping that. I have my Makeup Forever highlight, which she is a staple as well. This one is in the color, What Are You? Yeah, I don't know. I think this is 02. I think it's by the numbers. So that is that. I have my Dark Chocolate Soleil bronzer from Too Faced, which is a good deep enough color. A little red, but can work for now. Oh my goodness, I have this Alexis Ren X Colourpop bronzer and highlight duo, which came out a few years ago, but I have a backup as well for this too. But I loved it. I remember Jaclyn Hill like raved about it, speaking of the formula, and I was obsessed with it. I have this Ofra highlight collection here. Ofra's highlights are like super duper duper intense, so I do want to keep it just in case, you know, I want to use it. This includes Star Island, Bali, and Blissful. Actually, you know what, I'm going to keep this on the side just because I think I have some other of Ofra's palettes that I don't know if I want to keep all of them. We have this Milani highlighting powder, which this palette was super cute when it came out, but I don't know if I want to keep this. Yeah, I think I'll get rid of this. I'll get rid of that one. I have this Essence powder, which I don't know why is in here. That needs to go where my powders are. I have this Flesh blush called Glaze, and it is such a beautiful color. I need to use this so much more because wow, that color is insane. Keeping that, I have this Ulta Velvet blush in this beautiful color, and this one is called Princess. As you can see, that's kind of like the theme for my blushes. I love that color. I have this Makeup Forever trio set, which I bought a while ago and I haven't used it, but I remember loving the highlight and also kind of just like loving this for a blush, even though wow, that's super pigmented, and this for kind of like under the eye. So I do think they're three really good shades that I can keep here and kind of just get some more use out of. I have this Colourpop blush in the color Mellow Wine, which is such a beautiful color. I don't know if I have another one, so I'm just going to put that on the side so that if I have two, I don't need to keep both of them. This is another one, Pearlescent Pink, Wet n Wild, which I also like. So I'm just going to put those to the side and see if I have backups, because this is not even like my entire blush bronzer. Like we have a ton more here, so we'll get to this next just so we can condense everything here. Okay, so we already did, what's this one? Oh my goodness, I love this one. This was an Anastasia trio, and I love that it's so orange, like they pull so orange. This color on its own is beautiful. These two mixed together, love, love, love this. So I'm gonna keep that on this side. Just trying to keep like face palettes and stuff like that on one side and then kind of everything else. I don't know how I'm gonna organize this just yet, but we'll just put everything that I want to keep first and then we'll organize it, because yeah. So I have this, oh my goodness, this is the Pixie Duo Subtle Sunrise, and you can tell she has been loved and abused, but this highlight is just like next level. Like when I saw this, I was just like, whoa. So we are definitely keeping her. Oh my goodness, I was obsessed with these. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Highlight in the golden shade, which I think is called Champagne. Is it? Yeah, Champagne. And this is just divine as well. Definitely keeping that for a good like creamy type of highlight. Love that. So we'll keep that over here. I have this NYX High Glass Illuminating, and it's also kind of just like, it kind of gives that same vibe, but it's not as intense. This could be good for sort of like, you know, sort of like a light makeup day, but you kind of want like a nice cute little look. So I don't really know if I want to keep this. I'll put this over here just because I have a lot of highlights. I don't need to keep all of that. I have a lot of blushes. Don't need to keep everything. Iced coffee, yes. Okay, moving on. I have the famous Milani Luminoso. I don't think I've used this one just yet, but this, like, literally everybody talks about this blush, so I wanted to try it. It is a stunning color, so I definitely want to keep this. I have more powders in here that don't belong. We have Miss Becca Champagne Pop in this tiny little one. I think I have another one up there, so I might not keep that one. We have another translucent powder. Oh my goodness, why are all my powders in here? We have things that don't belong in here. I have this e.l.f. slash Nabila Noor collection, and this is a loose powder. I don't know how I feel about loose powders, especially as highlights, just because they can get so messy, but I do want to keep just at least one. That's really pretty. Let's see if you can see it. That's a really pretty highlighter, but I do want to keep just one, just, you know, just in case one day I decide that I want to use one. So we'll keep this one. Oh my goodness, guys, this is the Stila highlight in, what is this, the Heaven's Hue highlighter in Brilliance. When I tell you that I was obsessed with this highlighter and just this formula when it first came out, oh my goodness, like, it is such a stunning the way that Manny says it, a stunning highlight. It is just wow. Like, let me put it in a better place just so you can see it. I love it. It's just like, it's the perfect mix of like creamy, but also I don't even know how to explain it. The formula is kind of just like bouncy, so you can kind of like put a little, you know, your fingerprint sort of is like there. So it's just like, honestly, I don't even know how to explain it. But if you haven't tried this formula, give it a go. They have so many different colors. It's just so like so pretty. But I think Brilliance is the perfect color for me, since I have like olivey and yellow undertones. It works so good for me. Okay, next up, I know I have a ton of these in this next jar, which is gonna be Tarte blushes. This color is absolutely beautiful, so I am so definitely gonna keep that. Blushes, let's just go putting this here, and then I have this Essence blush, which I just bought not too long ago, so I definitely want to try it. It's kind of a muted, sort of like pink berry tone, so I'll definitely be keeping that. And then I have this color. Oh, the color that I was talking about earlier from Tarte is called Captivating. Then I have this other color called Insightful, and that one is this color, which is so pretty and also looks super similar to all the other ones that I have, so we'll definitely have to do some condensing later. I have this e.l.f. highlighter, which I think I'll get rid of, because I know that the purpose of it is like for it to be a soft highlight, but I feel like it just doesn't do anything for me, so that's that. Okay, so we have this jar pretty much all done. Now let's tackle, where is the other one that I want to tackle? This one. It's seen better days, but let's get to it. Let me just take out my brushes so that we can start tackling what we have. Right off the bat, I'm just gonna pick out pieces that I know I use all the time so that I can easily move them. I found this, the brand is actually called Found as well. this mattifying powder foundation that I saw this color and I was just like, this would be such a beautiful bronzer color. So I'm definitely gonna move that into my other cabinet. And then I also have this Soul Body, which is kind of like a sister company for Colourpop. They came out with these bronzing balms, and this color was just so beautiful. So I have this as sort of like my cream contour to be able to use. So definitely moving that. Another really good bronzer that I've been using is the Fenty. This one is called Caramel Cutie. Such a good color, such a good shade, and I'm literally almost hitting pan on this, which is insane. I also have these bronzers from Essence, which I really, really love. One is a luminous bronzer and the other one is a matte. And I love how they work together. This one is really pretty because it really gives you that luminous and like glowy finish. Nothing too crazy, but it's still setting any contour or cream bronzer that you might have laid earlier. So definitely just gonna keep those two. And I'm literally just scanning through here, picking out items that I know I use all the time. These are like favorites, like of all of everything that I have here, especially when it comes to blush. These two are just wow. These colors are insane. This one is called, what's this one called? Spiced Apple, which I think is like my favorite one because it's super like warm and like kind of on the peachy side. But then we also have this one, which is called Lychee, and this, oh my god, so pretty. And they're $3, guys, $3. And you also get a highlight on the other side. Obsessed. Let me open this one so that you guys can see them. So good, so good. So that's definitely going in my other jar. Another favorite of mine for blushes is Burt's Bees. This one is in the color Bare Peach, which definitely leans more on the peachy side. And then I also have, where's this one? Oh, this is a backup. Like, I am stocked. I have my backup. And then I also have Toasted Cinnamon, which kind of is like a little more on the brown side, but still such a beautiful blush color. I used to have it before, and I don't know if it's in here or if it got lost. Like, I don't know where it is. So I just got two of the same ones that I know I usually will always use and love. This is an OG item of mine as well too. Will always be in my collection. I absolutely love this. This is the Charlotte Tilbury. I think it's called the Flawless Filter or something like that. But I love this for highlight, for that dewy look. I have the color 5 Tan. So that is definitely going in my collection. I have another Dior highlight, which I will definitely always keep. This is a few years old, but it still works. The formula is just divine. Absolutely love it. My older sister got this for me, I think for like my graduation or something, and she is mighty expensive. I think she was close to like $60 or something. So Cheska, thank you for that. I still have her. I'll still use her. Let's continue to scan and see. I think I'm gonna take this one out, which is so sad because I bought it in TJ Maxx, $3. The color is so good, which is the main reason why I got it, but I feel like it has absolutely no payoff. This is the Nicole Miller Ultra Radiant Bronzer. I wish it had payoff because the color is stunning, so I'm just gonna part ways with it now, not keep it for longer because I have way too much stuff here. Another thing that I have is these blushes from Catrice. They are waterproof and sweatproof, which I think was just like, whoa, okay. And I love that they have these super cute like imprints with words sort of like to encourage you or like inspire you. This one is called, well, this one says Superwoman to Be, and this is in the color Golden Corral or Coral, whichever way you say it. I love this color, so pretty, especially for the springtime, so definitely keeping that. And then I also have the color Burgundy. That one is super plain Jane, but this one says Break the Rules, so definitely keeping that. Also have my ultimate favorite high-end highlighter from Milk Makeup, and this one is just so pretty. I saw my sister-in-law, she had it on one time, and I was just like, wait, what highlight do you have on? Because your face literally looks wet, like it's insane. And she's like, it's the Milk Makeup one, and this is just around the time that it was first released. And I was like, okay, definitely adding to cart, and I am obsessed with it. We have this Milani Cream to Powder Foundation. Also, girls, with olive tones or even deeper skin tones, it's so hard to find a good bronzer that's labeled a bronzer. So definitely look for foundations to use as bronzers. That's what I've been doing because they usually have more options for undertones, so they're not so red, which works for me, especially since I have, like I said earlier, an olive skin tone and also kind of like tannish. This, I just find that like going towards powder foundations or cream foundations for bronzer gives me so many more options. So this is the same thing that I did for the Milani foundation, and it's in the color Amber, and I also use this for cream contour, which I love, and it kind of also sets into a powder, which is awesome. I have this Marc Jacobs bronzer, which I will be parting ways with because I've had her for quite a while and I just don't use her. This is once again one of those colors that literally, this is supposed to be a bronzer, but it's literally the same color as my skin tone, and it also leans a little red, so it doesn't work with my face. We'll move that to the side. I have this Wet n Wild contour palette, which I think I'll be keeping because it is warm, which works really well with me. It has this like yellow, which would be good to sort of just setting or highlighting, and then this contour shade, so I'll definitely keep that. We have this Jouer Skinny Dip powder highlight, which I think I'll be keeping just because I don't have I don't think I really have much of Jouer's highlights, and this one is also one of those divine ones. Their formula is insane in the membrane, so I'm definitely gonna keep that. All right, so this is our jar so far. I really don't want to fill it up as much, so I'm going to have to get a little more cutthroat because I'm sort of just picking and keeping everything, but I am also just first going with things that I'm looking at right off the bat that I know I like. So definitely gonna keep this. This is an essential for summertime when I just want some shimmer. I love this when I go to the beach. This is the Sol de Janeiro glow oil, so I'm gonna be keeping that, even though Elf has literally a dupe for it, but I'm keeping that one. I have this Milani blush. I think I'll get rid of it. I haven't really used it. This is in the shade Blossom Time Rose number 11. Beautiful color, but I have other blush options that I would prefer. We have this Ofra in Rodeo Drive, which I think I'll keep because it is literally a classic Ofra palette. So I think I'll get rid of that other one that I mentioned that has like 3 different ones, because I think Rodeo Drive is speaking of, I have another Rodeo Drive. This one is in a mini little version, so I think I'll get rid of this one as well since I already have one. We don't need multiples anymore. Like, that's just not the vibe anymore, Franny. We don't need it. This is the NYX finishing powder, which I remember when it first came out. It's kind of like a finishing powder that I can put over the face to sort of not keep that matte look, but also just add a little luminosity to the face. So I'm definitely gonna keep that, but move it to my powder collection because it doesn't go in here. I would never find it here to use it for that. All right, moving along. Let's see what else we have. I have this Flower Beauty highlighting palette, which I had heard so many great things about it, and it is nice. I just don't use it, and I feel like I have a lot of other highlights that I typically would go for first. So, I mean, it is really pretty, honestly. You know what? I think I am gonna keep it, and I'll see if I get some more use out of it because it looks really pretty, and it does give me 3 different shades that I can probably use like over. You see this one is like a little pinky, like over a blush, then this golden one. I'll keep it and we can see if I get some use out of it now that I have a lot less, because I know that a lot of things I have in here I don't really use because I don't see it, because I just have so much. So I kind of just open the jar and then the first thing that comes I use. So we also have this Pixie and Dulce Candy collection that she came out with, and this one is, I used it because it had a lot of like shimmer shades and it's just really pretty, and I saw like these shades would be so good for like highlights and these for blushes, but I don't really think I get much use out of it, and I think I have other things that I would prefer over this, so I'll get rid of this. Let's see what else. My slipper is like getting away from me. All right, we have this Fenty Beauty and she is broken, and oh my goodness, this is one of my favorite highlights. I need to get another one, but I'll keep this one until I get the other one because then I'll forget. This is the, what is this one? Hustler Baby and Mean Money Kilowatt, I think it is. Yeah, the Kilowatt highlighting duos. I love it. It's so sad. Well, actually, I have this little Hustler Baby one that I can keep. So I think I might just get rid of it because it's broken. I have this one, which is the same highlighting shade that's in here. I think I'll just keep this one and get rid of this one, which is so sad. But it's like completely broken. So I'll just put that one to the side. We'll get rid of that. I have this Physicians Formula Bronzer Limited Edition palette. I think I'm going to get rid of this just because I have other bronzers that work better. And I feel like this is a little red for me. So yeah, that's that. Alrighty, so I actually found a few more face palettes that I had up here above where all my everyday makeup is. So I definitely want to make sure to add those to the other jar. We have this Benefits Cheek Star Reunion Tour, and this has such a beautiful collection of highlight, bronzers, and blushes that I'll definitely be keeping, especially this color Cookie with the highlight. Oh my goodness, it is just like how so beautiful. Let's just watch that right there so you can see. Stunning. So I'm definitely going to keep that in here. Definitely need to organize this just so that it's a lot easier to find. I have the other Alexis Ren, which I had told you guys earlier I had a backup for. We have this It's My Ray Ray with BH Cosmetics palette, which has really good like deep contour and highlight colors, as well as an eyeshadow palette. So I think I'll definitely be keeping this. I'm just trying to see like where I would want to keep it. I think I'll keep it with the like face palette section just because I think this is such a good travel kit. It also comes with a mirror, so definitely just wait, I think it's the other way. Nope, it's not. It's this way. Yes, okay. So we'll keep that as well. We have this Sigma Sculpt Highlight and Contour Palette, which, oh my goodness, these two colors are just, oh, well, these three mixed together, perfection. So as you can see, I have a lot of face palettes, which I really do like to keep and get just because I know that I'll get a lot of use out of them. Oh my goodness, this is an OG. I think this is like 5 or 4 years old. This is the Becca and Jaclyn Hill face palette collection. I'll definitely be getting rid of this just because I've had it forever. But it is such a good, like, and it's still so good. Like, after all this time, I still have this. Honestly, actually, I think I might keep it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it. I don't think I have Champagne Pop, and I want to keep one Champagne Pop, and I think this one is Prosecco Pop, which is also good as well. And it's all like, it's older and it's still so good with its quality. So let me just get rid of these like little broken parts of it so that it doesn't shatter everywhere else. But the blushes are like really pretty and stuff, so I'll definitely keep this one until she no longer works. I have this Anastasia Sun Dip Kit, which I'll get rid of. I've had this for a while, and I have a lot of other highlights, but that was like the OG, sort of like you have to have that highlighting palette because those were like amazing. I have this Pat McGrath highlighting trio, which I think I'll be getting rid of, which I know is so sad. Oh wow, actually that color is divine, but that looks like it'll be way too bronze for me. And then this one is like really yellow, so I just don't use these. I don't. She was expensive too, but I don't use them. I'm not gonna keep it just because she's expensive. Like I'm just not using you. Now I just know moving forward not to get what not to get. I think that's definitely a lesson I wish I would have learned earlier, before getting all the stuff that I got, because I spent so much money here. But hey, we live and we grow. Now I know what I like and what I don't need 1,000 things of. This I'll move somewhere else. I have this Urban Decay Naked Skin Shapeshifter face palette, which this is like broken here, but that's also such a pretty highlight. You can even just tell right there from what it did. And it has just like powders on this side, and then it also has creams on this side. I don't know if I want to keep this. Let me see how these creams. The creams are still pretty darn good. I don't know. We'll put this in the maybe side. I don't feel like I use it as much, but they are good colors. We have the Dose of Colors. I think this is the Fuego highlight with the Desi X Katie. I'll be keeping this one. I've been using this one quite a bit. We have this Colourpop blush, which is such a beautiful, stunning color. I don't know its name, but I do know that I love the color. Speaking of Colourpop, I have Thanks for the Misses, which is this Super Shock blush. Definitely keeping that. If you can see, there's a pattern with all of the blush shades that I like. Always pretty warm. I also just showed this in my other video because this was in my eyeshadow collection, because it technically is a single eyeshadow, but I saw this color and I'm like, that looks like it would be such a beautiful blush color. So I'm gonna add this to my blush collection, get some use out of it there. We have this Essence Pure Nude Sunlight highlighter, and it's supposed to be for sort of like a really like soft highlight look. I don't know if I want that, so I'm not sure. We'll keep this in the maybe pile just because I don't think I have any not intense highlighters, so it would be nice to keep one. These are so good. This is the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter. Amazing, amazing. Like, this is so good. What is this? And the Wet n Wild highlighters, which I think I have some in here too. So good. They also have it in a rose gold color, which I have as well, but my favorite is definitely the gold, so I'll keep that one. I have this Tarte blush palette, which was so good. I love that Tarte always comes out, especially like during the holiday times, they always come out with like these amazing blush bundles, and these are just so pretty. So I'm definitely going to be keeping that. We have some mattes, we have some really bright colors, some corals. I love this. I think this is amazing, and I need to put it so that I can see it more. I have this NYX palette that I got actually for free. I think one time in Ulta they were having like that, they were giving this along with if you spend a certain amount of money on NYX products. So I got it, and this color is really good, but I just don't think it's worth keeping the entire palette just for that. Somebody else can get better use out of it, so I'll get rid of that. I also have this highlighter palette from Physicians Formula, which I think I will be, do I want to get rid of this? Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's pretty too. Actually, I think I'll keep this one because I do like this formula. And it also has 3 shades that I'll actually wear. It has Champagne, which is the color that I already have, a Rose Gold, and then Pearl. So it has 3 colors that I can get use out of, unlike the bronzer one. So I'll definitely be keeping that. Next up, we have this Stila palette. Oh my goodness, this was the OG palette, the one that I was telling you guys of, that formula that's like just wet and looks so good. I think I've had this for a really long time, and I don't think I've ever wanted to get rid of it just because I don't think they sell it anymore. But this is pretty old, and since it's cream, I just don't think it should last as long as I've had it for. And also I can just get these shades individually, but this formula was so good and still is. Absolutely love it. Stila nailed that. We have this Anastasia Trio. This one is in like a berry tone, which I'm definitely going to be keeping. This color is beautiful. It kind of looks similar to this color from Kiko Cosmetics that I'm keeping. This one is a little more orange, but similar shades. Definitely going to keep that. We love that. I have this Milk Stick, which I was using for so long in the shade Baked, sort of for like a contour color. Definitely going to keep that just because I don't really have sticks, especially contour sticks. What we have here next, we have a Milani powder foundation. Like I said, these are the shades that I love to keep and use when it comes to bronzer because I get more shades and also more undertone variation. We have this Stila bronzer, which I think I'll get rid of. This is in the color medium, but I don't really use it that much. The Butter Bronzer, and this one is in the color Deep. So I love how this smells. So good. I don't know if I want to keep it. I think I'll keep it and I'll try it a little bit more, but from what I remember, I think this leans a little like red on me. So I'll use it, and if I see that I really don't like it, like that the color doesn't work with me, I'll get rid of it. But I definitely will keep it just to see how this works with me, just because I don't remember. I have this Kylie Let It Glow loose highlighting powder that came with one of her Christmas collections. I'll get rid of this because, like I said, I don't really use loose powders. I don't know why I bought so many thinking that I would, but I'll get rid of that one because I am keeping that e.l.f. Speaking of another loose powder, I have this Artist Couture, and look, once again, it just made a whole mess. But this one, I'll definitely keep that. I think I'll just end up keeping just those two, this Artist Couture and the e.l.f. And then that way I'll just get rid of the rest. Oh wait, hold on, I have another one. Why did I buy two? Can someone please tell me why I bought two thinking that I was gonna wear both? Like, oh, I don't understand myself. But I have Conceited and Illuminati, which is kind of like the more gold, and this one is the more like rose gold color. So I'll keep those. I had this Jennifer Lopez X Inglot loose powder. I'll get rid of it. It was really, she had a lighter one and a darker one, and the lighter one was sold out, and that would have been the one that would have worked perfectly for me, but I still wanted one, so I was like, let me just get it anyways. I don't know why, because it was dark, so it didn't work with me. We have this Wet n Wild Hustle and Glow loose powder. I'll get rid of it because literally I just said I'm not going to be keeping a bunch of loose powders because I don't really use it. I have another backup of this Physicians Formula butter highlighter in champagne. Definitely keeping that. I have this Milani blush. I think I'll get rid of it. I have a lot of other ones, and I don't think that one has like as much payoff as the other ones do. We also have this Forever Sun Kissed e.l.f. bronzer. Honestly, I don't even think that this is a good bronzer shade for me. Like, nope. Like, look at that. Look at that, and look at my skin. You played yourself, e.l.f. You played yourself. Let's see if it even shows up. Yeah, nope. So we'll get rid of that. I need to check out to see if they have deeper ones. We have this Super Shock blush shadow in the color Too Cool for School, which is kind of like a really, it kind of can look like it's in between a blush and a bronzer because it leans really brown. I'm gonna keep that. I have this Tarte, what is this, Hotel Heiress bronzer. I'll get rid of this. This is a really good cutter. This is a really good color. I think I'll just get the bigger version of this. This I remember was just like a travel size, so I've had this for a while. Really good color. I have this Pretty Vulgar blush in the color Make Them Blush, number 18. I'll get rid of this. I've had that for a while. I have this Milani blush that I'll get rid of. Looks a little light. I have this Tarte cream, which was so pretty. It's called Shimmery Peach. But I've had this for a while too. So I think I'll get rid of that. If I ever want to purchase it again, I can just do that. But I have a lot of stuff in here that I don't need. I have these Grand Pop liquid blushes that are so beautiful. These colors are so nice, and I love it. So I'm definitely going to be keeping that. We have Miss Laura Geller Illuminating Stick in Gilded Honey. I think I got this not too long ago, but what is, are you gonna show up, honey? So she's there. I'll use her and see if I like it, but so far I just kind of swatched it there and I'm like, why does that look and feel like that? But we'll put her in here and see if we want to keep it. I have the NYX Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator in the color Gleam, and I'll definitely be keeping that. It's good to mix with like foundations and all that jazz. I have another one of these NYX illuminating powders. I'll take one out because I already kept one. What's this color? Oh, I think I'm gonna have to part ways with this, but since I already have that other backup, this was part of the Bretman Rock collection, and this is in the color Stop It. Such a beautiful color, but it's also old. So I'll get rid of that. We have this color called Genius from Tarte. I don't know if I want to keep this just because I have the palette. This was part of another collection that had a bunch of them. Oh, but this is a beautiful color. Okay, you know what? Maybe I could keep them. All right, guys. So the jars are all done. What I ended up doing was just dividing them into two just so they're not super packed. So I'll show you guys what I did first. Here I have just highlighters and then also blushes, kind of like single items. I have a few of like the palettes here for highlights, but I pretty much just kept all of the single blush and highlighting products here, so that way I can literally see everything. Everything is pretty flat. There's like nothing layered on top of each other, which I had a lot in the last before I organized all of this, and it was hard to just find things. I pretty much have everything flat here. I can see all the colors, I can see all the highlighters that I have, and I can easily just pick whatever item I want to use. In the below jar, I have sort of like the face palettes and my bronzers and contours. So I have single items here, so that way I can literally see everything as well as the palettes and just kind of take them out when I want to use them. So we have 3 jars all pretty much done. I'm so excited now to tackle on the lipsticks to sort of just organize, and then powders and other face palettes. So thank you so much for watching. If you've watched this entire thing and you're continuing to see the series, thank you so much for watching. I am having literally so much fun doing this and just getting rid of things and organizing them. So I hope that this is also entertaining for you as you watch. Yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.